Hello everyone, it's been a month since I posted on this channel. It's funny to say this, but yeah. And I've decided to do a third round for this 28 days Alexa, where is my period challenge, because I've received so much in the last 2 times I've done it, and I've just felt like I'm missing actually doing these updates, and I'm missing the awareness that this accountability gives me, where I'm actually connecting here and putting attention here, and following the energy rhythms and how life moves through me as a woman in my fertile years. And it's been so helpful in terms of understanding my moods, understanding my energy levels. I'm just going towards the water here. So today it's day 1, because my bleed just arrived last night really late. And so what I've noticed is that the more I'm following my cycle, the shorter my cycle becomes. So it used to be 34 days, so quite long cycle. Again, for each woman is different, and we are not all textbook, we're not all having a 28 days cycle, so it's totally normal to have a longer cycle. And what is happening is that the more I put awareness there, the more attuned I am, and the time period it's shorter. So now my bleed arrives like at 27 days instead of 34, and it's almost like my body knew, because I'm gonna have guests. I'm having my family coming to visit, and as exciting as this is, because I've been living alone, I've been having my own place for 2 years, and just really used to being in my own energy with my own rhythm. So as great as it is to have them coming, I prefer to be mostly on my own when I'm bleeding, especially the first few days. So it's almost like my body knew this, and it timed itself that I make the most out of those next 3 days that I am for sure in my space on my own, and then I can fully be with them and be in a more extroverted state of mind. And so also what I'm noticing is more energy. Usually on my first day of bleed, I would not be walking outside. I would definitely not have that energy to go anywhere but be in my bed for the whole day. And it's been so different. Like now I'm feeling very excited. I have energy, of course. It's a mellow pace. It's like this, like small waves. But I have energy. I want to do things. I feel inspired. I feel like a big relief as well. Like the time before the period was quite heavy this time, emotionally. A lot of sadness arising, and a lot of kind of feelings of not wanting to move, inertia and melancholy. And so when my bleed arrived last night, I felt immediately such a lift in my energy, in my mood, and this desire to create again, which is amazing, a desire to create again, that there's like new cycle, new life force, which is amazing, because I think the inner autumn, which is before period and the period time, inner winter, it can feel more like a death because the egg is dying, and it can also emotionally feel a bit like letting go and letting things dissolve, while when the bleed arises, which is interesting, I feel like my inner winter and inner spring seem to overlap a little bit. That's something I'm gonna pay attention more to. So I'm actually feeling very excited this cycle around. I'm feeling spring already, even if I'm first day of winter. And maybe it shows because I've been very mindful this month, to take a lot of breaks, to challenge myself, and then to go back and retreat. And I've been on my own a lot, doing quite a lot of reflection, and also revisiting some past relationships, some new relationships, negotiating boundaries, and finding out where I stand, what I'm about, what I want, and hearing that also from other people. So it's amazing, because it's like exploring this I'm okay, you're okay dynamic, where exploring like more fluid boundaries as opposed to the harsh ones or the no boundaries. So this is what's been going on, and I'm doing a business training just now, and it's amazing because I love the analogy that's been presented to us, that business is actually very similar to gardening, and it's very similar to growing, nurturing seeds, and it also requires taking a risk and taking a leap, because there's no guarantee that everything we plant is going to sprout, is going to bear fruit. However, for the people that do take that risk, there's so much reward, so much satisfaction to link our primary needs that every human has, like security, a desire to be loved, significance, to link that with one's own business, which is what I'm doing, and to have a strong why. So for me, it will be getting into a more sustainable place and having my own tiny house on my own land, and then being able to provide also for my mom. I would love to buy a house for her and to have more than enough for myself and for her. And also I would love to support other entrepreneurs that are just at their early stages, and to recognize brilliant ideas and have the resources to be able to be like, take this money and make the most out of it, to let people to nourish other people's projects as well, because I know how much it would have meant for me to receive such support when I was in my first years of business. It would have felt incredible, and I would love to give that to other people. But again, it's about being very solid in, being spiritually connected to the idea, to the inspiration, to the grand vision, and then also able to get into the nitty-gritty of like creating actually a marketing plan, hiring somebody for branding, having a social media strategy, and so on. So it's like one can't go without the other for like really blooming and really thriving. So it's become very clear for me that I need to open myself to let other people in as well, and to let go of this control and this like trying so hard to do it all on my own. This is not serving me, and I've already reached out to somebody who's a branding consultant, and I did that last night. So I'm already taking action because it's something I want. I'm doing so many things along the theme of wellness, touch and beauty, and so I want all my offerings to not just be like scattered all over, but to be collected into one place under my name, and to create a really beautiful way of presenting that represents me, that feels together, like the energy is contained and collected, not scattered. So I'm doing this. And if you are having a business, or if you are thinking to start one, at various stages, I believe that we need other people's support, and also to create partnerships and to refer each other. And so that's what I stand for, and this is what I'm kind of putting the antennas out for. And yeah, maybe what I'm sharing also lands in your space in some way, and it makes you think about your creation or your business, and see how it can be done in a different way, in a way that serves you more, that is beautiful, that business can be beautiful. It's really such a personal development journey. It will reveal to you everything that you need to see about yourself, and teach you, that you're so much more resourceful than you ever thought. And also you will see the places where you still have to work and to progress and to be humble, and not to retreat and just kind of bail out, but to face this and to look for like mentorship and support, and to look for also answers in more like retreat space and contemplation. So this is what I think, at least. And I'm here, which is by the allotments. So this is where people are growing amazing stuff, and it's autumn time, it's harvest time, so it looks absolutely gorgeous. And this is also a place that I've applied for to get an allotment, so I'm on the list, and I would love that to garden also, not just my business but my piece of land, and to be more in touch with the cycles of how everything grows, and to appreciate things more. I think it will be so good. Yeah, so this is a long update about what I've been doing, and how I've been feeling with my cycles, as well as other things that are happening in life. And I will be coming on every day for the next 27 days and talk about what I'm noticing with the inner seasons, with how my feminine energy, my hormones, my energy is expressing herself, and learning about that, and just sharing my insights. It's a joy to do that. It really, really helps me to talk to you about it. And if you want to also share, I'm really open for a conversation. And I feel also like the more women talk about this, the more it takes the taboo out of it, and it makes it normal as anything, totally natural. And it's actually quite empowering, instead of creating this secrecy or like something dirty around it, which is not totally the opposite. Like it's so much more about creation and health, and having self-awareness, being attuned with one's nature, and just embracing that instead of being ashamed of it, or instead of being completely ignorant of it. Is kind of like, the way I see it is like getting your driver's license and your instruction manual for your body, which is like an amazing car, so powerful, and it has all those settings and functions. And if you don't know, you just like feeling mad and feeling crazy like I did for a long time, thinking this is chaos, I don't understand, how can I feel one day like this, or 1 week so excited and another totally flat, like something is wrong. But when you get to see that this is all predictable and it's cyclical and it's happening every month, you start to see that it's very predictable. You can rely on it, and you know what your superpowers are at different parts of the month, and you can use that, you can harvest that energy and let it inform like your diary, how you're planning your month, when you're social, when you withdraw, when you organize, when you want to actually use your inner critic for like seeing what is not working and then making a plan to change that. So it's really amazing. At least for me, this is what I'm getting out of it, and this is why I'm doing it for the third time, and probably, I'm sure, not for the last time. I think I'm gonna keep going until this becomes second nature, until becoming that aware and that like in tune with my body. It's my default. That's what I want. So everyone, have a beautiful day. Thanks for watching so far. If you have, it's amazing. I appreciate your attention, and I shall see you in the next video.